guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with Mighty Nein time for episode 136, Hell or High Water. We just finished the Patreon hour. There was a lot going on. I went over what I wanted to do. We did exactly the hour. I was going to shave a little off for the YouTube video, therefore giving us like 10 minutes before the break to add to the live stream, because the live stream's only going to be an hour and 13 minutes. But I got so caught up in everything, we ended up doing the full hour. There is like 19 minutes left for YouTube, and I got to do at least a 10-minute YouTube video. And to leave 9 minutes before the break and have to reset the clock twice, especially being as next week is Ren Fair on Saturday, my brother's visiting, and it's my birthday weekend, there's a lot going on. So it's almost perfect that we have a short live stream. I will still do the 30 minutes if we hit the 50 likes, but I think, well, I don't think, I'm going to do right to the break for YouTube, which I said is like about 19 minutes. We're going to do that now, but what we just saw in the Patreon hour was we are silently, stealthily going around. We started the Patreon hour in the room that we opened the door. We used the wristlet that was on Caduceus's arm to gain access. We ended up finding out craziness that the T-Dock, which was the room, the words above the room were T-Dock. We ended up finding out it was for transform, I can't remember, but the T stood for something. I'm brain farting on the exact terminology that Matt used. But there was Athodon and Ayashafu. We learned a new name. That was Athodon and this other person who were basically finding a way to take a point in time to anchor ourselves to. And the person you are in your time basically becomes this illusion type form. The way they explained it was different, but I can't remember the exact way Matt described it in detail. He just said that there's like a basically like duplicity in my mind. There's a duplicate version of yourself that is in like a stasis form where you are, and then the real you goes to whatever anchor point you picked, or at least that's what they were trying to do, but things happened, and I'm assuming there is like this cataclysmic event and the astral plane collided and everything else happened. But while that was going on, we started hearing beasties. We crept out of that room. We saw a kitchen. We peeked in that kitchen. There were two more beasties. We continued down the hall. We saw the broom lift, which was where the robot that was Charlie told us that the elevator lift was broke, so we had to go the way we went. We saw where the lift would have took us. We have to assume, or we're thinking, because we ended up triggering Intuit charges, that Lucian and Kree probably came through that way. Just because the lift was out doesn't mean they couldn't have descended down that way and gained access from that area. All I know is there was Intuit charges put there, and it had to have been them, because we saw areas that looked like they weren't touched in 1,000 years. Then there was a reverser bear behind us, following us. We then went into the hallway, setting off the Intuit charge, which alerted everything, and we put up a wall of force to block them out. There then was a fourth creature that came up, possibly even a fifth. They all started attacking each other. We used Dispel Magic, or Caleb did, to disarm the Intuit charges, and we went into another room. At that point, Bo dove underwater, and there was a satchel with 3 crystal-like vials. And that is immediately where I stopped it. And let's just jump in, because I already talked for 4 minutes. You want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is the link for Patreon, where you'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2. You want your own requested show or movie, that's where you go to ask me to do so. At a certain tier level, I'll watch whatever you want, like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Eureka, Wynonna Earp, and The Shield. We just started Pushing Daisies, Good Omens, Cobra Kai, and Stranger Things final seasons coming soon. Vox Machina and Heartstopper season 3 for both is next week. Tulsa King season 2. There are so many shows and movies, full unedited. Check it out. If not, Mighty Nein time, episode 136, Hell or High Water.
I'll just grab the whole leather satchel.
Grabbing the whole leather satchel.
What you do notice, and some of you kind of pick up too when you're in the room, there are all these open cases on the shelf here. Within them, there is some sort of like a heavier padding. And across this padding and these multiple
Look at Caleb's
cases,
face.
You can see cut openings, spaces where triangular-shaped devices were once set, but now lay
This is where
empty.
he fucking got them. How many openings are there? So we know how many he's...
Quick glance,
That's a good idea.
about 15, 16.
He could have a lot.
Fuck. Yeah.
He's only
Well-
got 2 hands. He can only hold a few.
Those have been already gone.
They're also they
5 are down.
they are hard to set. You have
Yeah.
to roll real high.
And they can
Arcana.
only set 2 at a time because there's only 2 of them.
That's true. That's true.
But 3 of them.
Yeah, it was farther away. That's why.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
very hard to
Yeah,
get
because
away
we
from
already
them
saw
once you've
3.
set
We
them.
saw 2 in the
we're
hole
fine.
and 1 we detonated.
But it's a good
by
point. There are
being too
basically
close.
10 unaccounted for.
Wow.
10
Well, some of them
unaccounted
could have been
for.
from the last time, right?
For sure.
So now
I mean, we
have
could have
how
set
many?
off-
We have 3 now?
I think we had 1 left over because we weren't able to
I
use
think
them
we
all.
are too.
Yeah,
we
one
did
left
too, right?
over, and the 2 that you recovered from the
Now-
waters that came by, which cannot be set for
Set
the
till
day.
tomorrow.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, we can throw the shit out of them.
Do they make these things everywhere?
Throw the shit out.
Do they make these Intuit charges everywhere? Or are these like super
They
rare?
came from
I
here.
think they came from here, so I
Oh,
think
okay,
some
so
of them have already been used.
Okay, so the ones that we had are probably.
They were from here as well.
Okay, okay.
And I feel like they're
Okay,
extremely rare.
we got ours
I'm pretty sure
from
Matt
the
said
bag
once that these are
switcheroo
not
from
something
them.
you come across
right.
often.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we keep moving forward.
Okay.
10 minutes on the wall?
And there was,
Did
I
we sit
forgot
down
to say in the
here and have
beginning,
a
we're
hero
going
No.
In the
Unless
right
we hear
direction to the
silence
gate.
from the kaiju battle in the other room.
It said this
How long
way
will
to
that
the
force
gate.
will stay at?
10 minutes.
Oh, that's what you just said?
Yep.
It's up to you
Cool,
guys.
let's keep walking.
You're gonna keep walking?
Because we're still in water too, right? In waist deep water.
You are.
How does it sound in the monster room?
And we're not going in, and the room is done, and we're going in the mist.
Well, it's been a few minutes and searching through there. It sounds like the battle has
And the wall of
Ceased.
force is going to
Or
go
at
down
least
soon.
doesn't appear to be a
Caleb
raging
said it, I think it
battle
was like
any
10
longer.
minutes, the wall of force.
As it has been a few minutes.
Is there any sound? Any creature sound?
Make a perception check.
I wouldn't be surprised
That is a 19.
if there are some
19.
coming towards us.
You don't hear anything.
Okay.
Let's just keep
The
that up
room
for
of beasts
a minute.
were
There's also a
colliding.
whole bunch of
I mean,
holes and
something
passageways that could be
survived.
going
They couldn't
around.
have
I mean,
all
it's a
killed each
trade-off,
other.
right? If we spend an hour
Something
resting,
had
they
to
could
survive.
already be on the bringing the city back in that hour.
If we go a little bit further, even if there's something alive behind us, they would maybe not follow us as far as we go and
need to get a little
sniff
bit-
around and lose interest.
We should put in. Oh, we can. We just said
let's
we
keep
couldn't.
going
I was going
Or
to say we should
possibly.
put into a charge in case the beasts come.
Okay.
They'll detonate it. Then we'll know if they're coming. And
Keep an
the
eye out for
charge will
Inuit
kill it.
charges.
All right.
And for anything moving.
Keeping an eye out
Just
for Inuit
charges.
charges. There's a
So
lot
now this is a
unaccounted
2x2
for. And we're in a
walkway here,
narrow
and you're all
hallway,
like pushing
2x2.
past kind of
We were
hanging
boxed
vent
in for a
elements
bit.
and cables and such.
But we dealt with it pretty well.
So what is the marching order here?
2x2.
Going up front.
Okay. Bow and Ford up
That
front.
true sight. Girl.
I'll go second.
Second, who's with Jester?
We've been dealing with this battle map
stay
for
at
a
the
while
back.
too.
I'll stay in the back with Caleb.
The foggy, misty
Beth will
water.
be
Oh, and we're up
third,
to our
and then
waist in water. Bo had to dive underwater
Caleb
to
introduces
find the satchel.
and the cabooses.
So we are like
Alrighty.
halfway in the water. There is very possibly water creatures. It's reminding me of Alien. I
push
just
into
saw
the heavier
Romulus, the new Alien,
Still in water.
and they were
Still
in
in
the
water.
water.
Still
They were
wasted.
in the water. We could have parasites or something eating us. Piranha.
Push on for
something
about 30 or
worse.
so feet. Those at front, Beauregard and Ford, make perception checks.
Natural 20. Oh. I saw Marisha's face. I'm like, natural 20. And I said this during the Patreon hour.
You both feel pretty
have
confident
hit
that you don't
so many natural
immediately
20s
see
between
any Intuit charges
The live stream and
that
this.
prevent
So many
your
natural
continued
20s.
travel.
We're good.
What you do see is that about 40 or so feet ahead of where you now are, the hallway opens into a new room.
Is there
Right.
light in that room or darkness?
Or people.
There is a faint light in
Do
there.
we
yeah.
hear anything?
What kind of light? White, colored?
You can see what looks like some elements of the same orange-yellow kind of flickering. And with your high perception checks, a very, very faint blue light, like a deep cerulean blue, along with some like vibrant kind of teal shifts. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of light fighting through the obscuring mist in this tight tunnel.
And do I see anything crossing in front of that light?
I was just going to say,
Anything
is
that
the
cutting
light
that
shifting?
That light off?
That's
Take a moment.
brilliant.
You do.
Yes, it is. So somebody's
There
in
is
there.
movement in that chamber.
Somebody's in there.
Do you think it might be
The
Lucius?
first
Steady
question I
or
was going to
erratic?
ask is,
Like a
is
pad-
it
like
a
a-
steady
like a
glowing light,
like
or is
repeating,
it disturbed
like someone
in some
patrolling
way? Bo
back
said
and
it good.
pacing,
I like
or
it. That's
like,
what I would have done.
Yeah.
Hey,
With your high enough perception check, it does not appear patterned. appears
not
to be a little
patterned.
erratic, or at least
So somebody's in
not a
there
continuous
obscuring the
repeating.
light.
And we're still in waist deep water, right?
We're still in waist deep water that continues into the room.
Can I sink underneath the water and do another check?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, if you want to.
Rambo style,
Hey,
underwater.
wait.
Yeah,
Just
'cause
out of curiosity, past where the Intuit charges had been laid for us, how far have we come?
You're standing a little bit past the second Intuit charge.
So
little
if
bit.
it went off, it would have affected the people in this room up ahead of us.
It would seem so, yeah.
Okay.
It's probably 18 underneath the water.
all right, Matt,
18 underneath.
Also let
confirm
them know
that.
we're here.
I wasn't sure if they were far enough ahead, but Matt's like, no, it would have
Glancing down
definitely
into the water,
disrupted
it is
the people
murky,
in this
and
room.
make it with disadvantage because it is underwater.
That's fair. 19, so the 18.
Yeah, okay. Glancing ahead, you can see the same kind of shimmering light coming through from the different perspectives. There is all sorts of like fallen debris and such that have kind of sunk into the bottom. You don't see anything swimming in it.
No glowing.
I mean, there's no glowing in the water. No, the same kind of light sources from above.
Yeah, okay.
But that means we can't count out, even though it's got a 300-foot damage range, you can't count out there being more of them. Because if an Intuit charge went off in here where we were and it would have hit them, that means they may have some sort of...
Well, Lucian is
Barrier.
immune to psychic damage anyway.
Yeah, if they are
But
so
is Kree
close
as
to the
well?
Intuit charge,
We don't-
would they have
I don't know about
endangered
Kree.
Kree was
themselves? There's
hurt. Was
probably
Kree
something
hurt?
to
Kree was
prevent.
hurt.
Kree was very hurt,
Can't
but
you,
But it could
can't
have
you
been
become
from the fall
invisible?
and the pain.
I can become invisible.
I can make a gate here
Kree
and
was
put it in
very
the other
hurt, but
fucking room, and you
couldn't
could
Kree
walk
have
out
been
invisible and take a
healed
look. He'll see
just
you.
as easily
but
as we are.
if he's not looking at you,
He'll see the
you could
gate.
just show up in the
Like
middle of the room.
Yasha was dead.
Wait, is the
We're
gate
going-
or
invisible?
unconscious.
Surprise him right
Nothing.
now.
The gate
Like,
is
many of us have
invisible.
been.
We dealt with that at the sanatorium.
No, the gate is invisible to the back. So like it,
One side, yeah.
one side of it. Yeah. Now, if he can see magic, then he can see it. But it normally appears
If he's looking.
if he's looking.
Could jump out, attack him right now.
Maybe you could put... Can you put the gate...
Right.
Does it have to be on the floor? It does, right?
It does. Wrecked. Wrecked.
I mean, I can just invisible up and just peek through the door.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, do we
Yeah?
fight him
Yes.
right now?
There's nothing.
I mean, we're
nothing we gain by
not
sitting
in the
here.
greatest of shape.
And we only got a
We're
couple
not
more minutes.
the worst, but we're not in great shape.
We should
I
heal
mean,
them.
I can keep fighting.
Yasha
So,
literally went unconscious because we never
are you
healed her.
healing, or am
we
I going-
What about the vials? The
resurrected
crystal
her
vials? Do they look like healing potions or something?
and then healed
Do they
her
look
a
like healing
little.
potions, or do they look like some other like residual
Are they
magic?
silvery like
theme?
the
Yes, yeah.
possibility potions?
you glancing inside of the vials, two of them appear to be healing potions
Awesome.
of some kind. I'm not too specifically aware of what they are. And one is like a deep purple coloration to it. You're unfamiliar
Two are
with what
healing
it may be.
potions. We're not
I
quite
toss
sure.
a healing potion to
I feel like
Yasha.
that might be a super powered
I'm at
healing
97.
potion.
Anybody lower than that?
I toss one to Ford.
Oh, yeah.
Caleb's
Oh.
low.
50.
Caleb's at
I tossed mine over to Caleb.
Great.
Okay, they're both greater healing potions.
Greater.
So you heal 4d4 plus 4.
Do it. 44 plus 4.
And you're lower than 97?
I'm 85.
Great.
Have I seen this purpley liquidy before?
Yeah, see, everyone's pretty banged up.
Oh, come.
Caduceus is
That-
easily over
What?
100. Everyone's
look
you
familiar
over
to you?
100
I
except
toss it to
Beth
Beth.
and Caleb.
Purple
I look
potion?
at it with my keen alchemical mind.
Make an intelligence check.
What is the purple one? Natural. Oh my, Travis said it. I was like, natural 20
It's
again.
purple.
Is it the same hue?
It's 10. I
as-
rolled a 10.
Yeah.
Same hue
looks
as the
purple.
gems in the regen
Amethyst?
room.
Darker, but purple
Close.
all the same, yeah.
Here, take this for later.
I would just drink it.
I will.
I would just
turn
test.
invisible.
What if
I'll
you
take out
take-
an
like, take a
eyelash
taste?
wrapped
What
in
if you just
gum
licked it?
Arabic and smash it in my hand, waving it across the air, touching my forehead and pinching my nose, activating the invisibility spell as I always do.
Fleur.
Okay. So you are now invisible and standing on the water.
Yes, and I will army crawl along the water.
Is the water going?
Go ahead and roll a
like a
stealth check with
waterbed.
advantage because you are invisible.
Beth is going
Beth shape.
full on
Snow Angel.
Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator mode.
34.
Okay. As you elbow your way into the space, you push past where the door opens. And the first thing that you notice is familiar teal light sources to your right and left beyond the door.
Right and left.
There is an Intuit charge maybe 2 feet to your right and 2 feet to your left, both just kind of glowing and
But
slowly
they
rotating.
didn't go off?
They have not gone off.
Oh, because they're not
They're
proximity.
manually
Yeah.
triggered.
Yep.
This is an ambush.
Okay.
Yep.
Looking into the room further, from what you can tell,
That
make a
is
perception
not
check.
good.
Good at those.
2 feet to the right, 2
What?
feet to the left.
19 anyway.
Veth would
Okay,
die
okay.
instantly, or at least be unconscious instantly. I
You
feel
can
like.
see now ceiling panels have fallen in a few places here, and cables dangle and chain elements are affixed to parts of the walls around you. But this is probably a massive 90 to 100 foot chamber. The center of it has a mostly round-ish cylindrical construction, aside from 3 offshoot alcoves, of which this is one that you're in, where this hallway enters into. The mist hangs on everything here, and you can kind of see the source of the mist, as well as the source of the water. For in the middle of this cylindrical chamber, there is a raised series of stairs, and Dea's in the center, where you can see other elements of mechanical arcane contraptions with glowing runes that are affixed to what looks to be a large 10-foot wide ring that stands at the top center of this platform, about 10 feet.
Is it just
in,
water flowing out of
side to side.
out of a
Stargate.
Stargate?
Essentially,
I'm
an
not
arcane
even. That's
Stargate.
literally what I thought. This whole time I'm like,
In the
there's
middle
got
of
to
it,
be
there's a
water
very
flowing out of
fine,
like
blue,
a Stargate
glowing,
type
crackling
thing.
line,
A portal.
like a mostly shut eye. And from it, weeping, is just water, just and mist drifting out. You immediately say, "This is the source of all the water flooding this
Amazing.
chamber."
I said during the live stream, I'm
As
like,
well as
I
the
would
mist
imagine a
obscuring
portal
the top like 3
that
or
the
so
water is
feet
ever flowing
of
from.
this
Because
entire
how
room.
could water
And
endlessly be flowing
Aside
from
from
something?
the Intuit charges,
here.
which are giving off this pale glow,
So it's coming out of this
yellow
eye.
and blue light. Blue light is coming from the
Blue light is
Stargate.
coming from the Immensus Gate in the
Immensus
center
Gate.
of the chamber.
And it is the
yellow
Immensus
light
Gate,
is coming
so we
from
found the
similar
Immensus
affixed
Gate.
light sources in the ceiling from previous chambers you've been in. You
So
do
the
see along
water
the
is flowing
walls
directly out of the Immensus
other
Gate.
tables, and it looks like laboratory elements similar to previous places you've explored, and other elements of Aeor and other ruins, though arranged differently within the interior here.
We're down to like
There's
5
elements of metal
minutes. We
carts
got like
and
about
cracked
5
debris
minutes
that are
left.
lodged where the water sources pushed them out to the side. So a lot of the furniture has been kind of shoved to the exterior walls of the room. You can also tell within the center of this raised platform, kind of talking and darting amongst the materials, are 2 humanoid figures that are in the
Prey and
process of
Lucia.
adjusting things and moving things about
close
and
to
talking
the
to each other.
gate.
Do we
or,
engage right now? I
very
think we're
close
going to
to the
have
gate.
to
Okay.
engage.
I'll-
Because it looks like,
Back up immediately. Reverse.
like what else do we
crawl.
do? We're
Just
on
throwing
them.
it
Like
out
we
there.
have to
It's
engage.
waist high water. We have underwater breathing if we wanted to go under the water as we went in.
We
Just
could
a
even
thought.
catch them
How would
off
we take out
guard.
the Intuit charges, like sneak in and dispel them really fast before they realize that we've.
Those are
Done
the
it?
only 2 we saw.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
could be more
I
in the
feel, I
room.
feel like we would be able to, like, unless they had more hidden.
Why would they hide more? They would just.
Lucian's
Those
gonna,
two can-
Lucian will smoke Kree.
Yeah, he
in
will.
a
And us.
second.
Yeah, he won't care.
Okay, so I go back. Oh my god, how far back are my friends?
They're about maybe, I'd say, 20 or so feet. You guys probably wouldn't have gone any farther than that
I
into
don't
the
want to make any
area.
noise, so just kind of wave everyone further back, just so we don't make any noise, and I'll whisper sort of what I saw to the crew, using a lot of hand gestures.
We don't. Do we have time for a hero's feast? I don't think we can wait an
We
hour.
can't wait an
right?
hour.
Yeah, I'm just making sure we said it.
Yeah, we're definitely not. Like, Heroes Feast. They were saying this during the
Clumped
Patreon
up
hour.
within
Chester was like, should we do
sight of
Heroes
these charges
Feast?
that
I'm
Veth's
like,
No.
we're
You don't
literally
have
surrounded by
in order to
Intuit
see them, you
charges.
have to step
And
into the
beasts on
chamber.
the other
Same
side.
thing we
Like,
did.
we have an
They're on
hour
the
to feast. We don't have an
inside
hour
of
to
the door.
feast.
So we'd have to.
When
Just
are
like
we
they
going to have an
learned
hour to feast in
from
this
Can
whole
you, can we
thing?
do the orb of invulnerability and walk in so they set them off and it doesn't affect us and then we attack?
But is that orb protect against psychic damage, or is
No.
it just physical?
I don't know.
It's spells
It's spells.
of a certain level.
spells.
Wait, could
Instead of effects, it could be
We could.
the duplicate could? Well, no, it would still go off. I mean, if they go off and we're anywhere close, we still get hit.
300 feet.
In our entire arsenal, how many dispels do we have left between the three of you?
I think they're going to
lot.
see us.
So I
There's
could
only
go
a
in-
couple minutes left.
I could sneak in underwater. If you
So
give me
they're going
underwater
to see us.
breathing.
Matt's going to end it.
We both have
any
it. We
minute.
can do it on the count of
We can
three.
swim in
I'm wondering if we're
Well,
going to
do it.
initiate or if they're going to see us
and bamf them out.
we're in
we also
trouble.
can't use the globe. We fudged the rules last time. The globe doesn't travel.
Right.
It's
Okay.
stationary.
Good to know.
Oh, good to know.
So ballpark the dispels though, just in case we're only seeing 2 of 6 or 8. How many do you have? How many do you have? How many do you have? If you needed to max out your dispels.
I mean, a ton.
We also
A
established.
ton is what? Four? Oh,
six,
5, 6?
1, 2, 3,
7,
4,
8.
5, 6.
At
7,
least 4th
8.
level?
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
2,
Fourth level, because
4,
we
the
know
one that had
fourth level.
success
During the
for Caleb.
Patreon hour, we know
6.
fourth
6.
level
5
works.
if we're doing 4th and higher.
5.
same.
All right, so
As
we
you're
have
having this
plenty.
discussion,
We know there's
Caleb,
10
Beauregard,
Son of a bitch.
Uh-oh.
while
knows
you're
we're
having
here.
this discussion. Yeah, see?
a voice creeps into your
I
mind.
knew it. I knew it. We either took too much time
I
or
was
he
wondering
already
where I'd
knew.
sense your closure.
Did we take
Oh,
too
don't be
much
shy.
time or did he?
Let's have a conversation. I've made some precautions, but I think it's worth a talk. Right?
We're going to end it there.
That's all you hear.
I think we're going to end it right there. There's like so little
feeling it.
time left.
What'd you say?
My biggest question right now is did we take
senses.
too long to make a choice? Or was it inevitable that Lucian was going to see or hear us?
You want to send them in solo?
Yeah.
Could send us in. We could start talking while you guys set up.
I would say we'll come in and talk,
If
but
you did that, how many?
disengage the
how
intuit
many
charges
hit
first.
points do you have? Would want to be sure that you can take a full blast hit.
Well, the only part of this plan
Two
I'm
of them.
talking about is you two walking
It's 100 points.
coming up with a story how the two of you survived and we didn't, and the rest of us are underwater so that you two can hit the intuit charges. I don't have anything after that because we don't see any other intuit charges.
Is there any way he could know that we're all here?
I assume he knows
I'm
we travel
assuming,
together.
I'm assuming he knows we're all together. Why would we
He's not
split
going to
up?
believe that you guys are gone.
Yeah.
Also, if those
There's
both
no
go
way.
off, I'm
He
down.
probably could sense
We're
us
all
all,
down.
but
If
he ain't
those
gonna
go
believe
off, we're all
that we
down.
got this deep in without taking our entire party.
I could just rage and then run in there and set him off.
We're within 300 feet.
Yeah, but we could back up.
we can't back that far up.
Sure, we can.
It's very far. And if you rage and get
It'll kill you.
it'll kill you once you because you're
Yeah,
it'll
she
stun
can't
you.
die.
It'll
knock
surpass
you
your
under.
total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I do
I was
have a
gonna say
feeling
if
you
she's
probably
raging,
set it
she
to where
won't
it's gonna
die,
be
but
triggered.
she'll
of
die
course.
permanently
We'd
if it
already
They would have
surpasses
gone
her
off by now.
Right.
Well,
max points.
how far away are
60
we?
feet.
I was
but-
within 10 feet.
Yeah, not
Right,
was like
right,
within
you
10
were
feet
right
of each
there.
of them.
You're right there.
You want to go in and talk and we'll.
I mean, the options are sneaky and try and dispel, or we're gonna talk our way into this poker game.
I don't think we have a choice.
Yeah, I don't think we have a
there's any-
choice.
Can't be
What
sneaky
do we do?
once they've invited
There's no
you
turning
in.
back now.
Well,
He
we can
knows
be
we're here.
sneaky. They
We are
can't.
too far in. We have no time to feast or
Well,
sleep or rest.
He can sense us, but he
And Matt
can't.
is going to end it any second.
Maybe can't
Matt is
see
ending
us.
this any second.
Cut my hand.
Send me, and
Here
then
you
I could
blood.
dispel those things from under the surface of the water, and at least
I'm
get
surprised
the two.
we even have the time.
At about this time,
Here it goes. Here it goes. We took too long.
the light kind of flickers a bit through the mist, and you hear a voice echo from within the chamber and goes, "Ah, I think I've got it."
Go. Just go.
And you hear
Yeah, we're taking too
Lucy
long.
respond.
We do this all the time. We talk way
Wait.
too much about it.
We've got company. We don't want to be as impolite as they've been.
All right,
I
I'm
think-
doing.
I think if Caleb and Bo
We're
go in,
literally
he's just going to be like,
having
"Where are
Lucy
your friends?"
talk to us in our heads. We're
Regardless, we
at
have to fucking do
the
something.
gate.
Even if that
Just
and
moving
we're
forward.
having like a
where our friends gives us
5-minute
6
conversation
seconds
about it.
in order to dispel those, even
Let me
if it
just
gives
get
us a.
And we
those
keep
two
going.
things.
We
You
just
send
keep
me
going.
underwater.
I
All
understand
of
we
us,
gotta
all the
plan this
I
abilities.
out,
just
but
cast
like
underwater breathing on all
Okay.
of
we're
us.
wasting
24
too
hours.
much
Done.
time.
You can do with it what you will.
This is, I said, this is
I'm
literally like
going
poker.
to
Ford just said. Travis said
glide
it's like a
up under the
poker game.
surface and try
When
to
you're
hit
in a poker game, you literally are on the
ahead and do it.
clock. They will put you on the clock, and if you don't make a move, you're out.
I'm going to
Like, we're on the clock.
invoke duplicity. I know that he'll probably be able to see it, but I'm going to just kind of shuffle her in with the other people, and hopefully it won't be as noticeable. And I'm going to go underwater while she walks with everybody.
Okay.
All right. So Jester is underwater while the duplicate.
You're going underwater
that's
while sending your
something.
duplicate with the rest of the troop.
I'm going to go ahead of the group.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead with you.
All right.
Caleb and Bo are walking in.
I can't believe
going to
Matt
underwater.
hasn't
I'm
called it yet.
Under-
We,
underwater.
Just
any
try
second
to-
now,
Behind
this
them
episode's
as
ending.
well.
Get rid of at least these 2 charges before
Yeah.
discussion begins. We can pop up out of the water.
Yeah,
You get rid of them,
I
I'll
would have
be
told
watching.
Lucian, get
Okay.
rid of the Intuit
All
charges.
right.
We're
As you
coming
all
in.
begin to step towards the chamber to figure out how
He's gonna
this
end it right
interaction
now.
with the
We're not gonna
immense
know.
skate is to transpire, we're going to take a break.
Instant sweat.
So much conversation about it.
We're so fucked.
We're going to be right back here in a few minutes to see how this happens. All right. See you guys in a minute.
All right, everybody, that is it for Mighty Nine. Time for episode 136, Hell or High Water. So that we finally reach the Immensus Gate. It is like a Stargate. I like how Sam put it, because that's what I was thinking. I didn't know how to explain it. I was going to say like a portal or something. But in the Patreon hour, I was saying, or we were all talking about how, where is this water coming from? Because water can't just flow endlessly. There's got to be a source of the water. So now we finally hit the Immensus Gate. There is water flowing out of the gate, mists, and we find Lucian and Kree. My biggest complaint, and I say it all the time, this couldn't be more serious. Time is of the essence more now than ever. And I've said in the past how Matt sometimes will be like, all right, guys, come on, like, make a choice. You gotta decide. He's not going to give us any chances. We are on the final 6 episodes of this entire campaign. We are about to fight possibly the most serious foe that we've ever encountered, or one of them at least. He's definitely in the top 3. And Lucian gets in our mind, is like, yo, I see you. Why don't you come in for a conversation? We sit in the hallway for literally 5 minutes at least of real time discussing what to do. While it's happening, Matt just keeps progressing. Like, Lucian's like, all right, Kree, like, hold up, like, don't be impolite. These people are doing something. Kree. Like, I feel like if we just rushed into it, we would have been better off than sitting around formulating a plan. I understand we can't run in willy-nilly, but it's like, how much time are we going to waste? And then Laura started getting frustrated, like, all right, already, all right, we got to just do something. Like, we can't all just sit here and like, but then they continue to talk. It's like one of those things where you're like, I need to know right now. And the person's like, okay, I get it. And then they just keep talking. And at a point, you're hurting yourself just by wasting time. You might as well just wing it at that point. And Matt is giving us a break, more so than he probably should, because in those 5 minutes, I feel like Lucian and Kree could have set up God knows what to deter us. But Jester used duplicity. I think that was smart. She is underwater while her illusion is with the rest of the group, but we're walking in. Immediately, I would have been like, Lucian, like, you got to think fast on your feet sometimes. Lucian gets in our head. I would have immediately said, oh, you want a conversation? Shut down the Intuit charges. We know they're there. I'll come in with 1 or 2 people and we'll have a chat. We're not going to come in with our whole group. They're just having this whole discussion. Do you think he thinks we're all together? Of course he thinks you're all together. You really think that he thinks you got this far and progressed this far and you left half of your group? You're the Mighty Nine. You guys are inseparable. You're not going to split your group up, especially when we're dealing with something like this. So most of the questions we asked to me were totally irrelevant or unnecessary, because it's like silly to even imagine that he would think that. And even if he did, we don't got the time for it. But here we are. We're walking in. We're going to talk to Kree Lucian. I can't help but imagine we're going to have to engage in battle, because what are we going to talk him out of doing what he's doing? It's not going to happen. So hopefully we're powered up enough to take out Lucian and Kree. I mean, at least we have larger numbers, but we still aren't completely sure of what Lucian's capable of and what is he about to unleash on us that can make our lives 10 times worse. We'll find out in the live stream on Friday. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is the link for Patreon, where you'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2. You want your own requested short movie? That's where you go, where you can see thousands of exclusives, or ask me to watch your own thing, like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, My Hero Academia, Toriko and Bleach, Cobra Kai and Stranger Things final seasons, Jackie Chan movies every month, Tulsa King Season 2, and Vox Machina Season 3 and Heartstopper Season 3. All these shows are going on right now or coming in the week, so check it out in full, unedited. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.